Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Friday night live Q&A from Michigan, where you can throw out questions. I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about other cryptocurrencies. We'll talk about the markets and the news and cryptography in general. So thanks for joining me. Let's jump right in, see how things are going. Oops. Oh no. Forgot to turn my camera on. That's a drag. You know what I'm going to have to do? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to like reboot the stream real quick. Just the streaming software. I won't leave. I'll be right back. Okay. Am I back? Let's try that again. Hey, I'm here. All right, cool. All right. This is my side camera. It has to be on when I launch my streaming software. I can't launch the streaming software and then turn it on. It doesn't work. It's one of those quirks. But hey, so we're here. Bitcoin is back above 7,000. It's been above 7,000 most of the day. At least I think it still is. Looks like it is. Okay, we're in good shape. Got some news stories for you. I'm going to be taking questions. Hope everybody's staying safe and healthy out there. That's good. Let's go over here to screen demo. Let's see. Hopefully I am back again. Yes? That's good. All right. So the first thing we'll check is the coinmarketcap.com, brought to you by Binance. All right. And so, yes, Bitcoin is still over 7. It looked like about half an hour ago it was like 71.50 or something crazy like that. So I don't know. Let's see what it's been doing today, at least, or one day. Let's see. Yeah, it was like 71.62 like half an hour ago, and now it's like dropped back down to 7,096. So I don't know what happened there. That was weird. All right, but then we could look at the 7-day, and we can see that over the last couple of days, Bitcoin has recovered. Well, it went way down. Yeah, it was Mixie. That's right. Mixie. Mixie. I can't send a text. It was Mixie. Okay. All right. Anyway, so yeah, the other day Bitcoin really took a dive down to like 65 and then right back up within 24 hours, I would say. And it's been up above 7. Yeah, I guess it was like I woke up yesterday morning and I had an alert on my phone from Binance that said Bitcoin had broken 7,000 again while I was sleeping, I guess. You know, I woke up to a 7,000 alert, and it's been over 7,000. And like I said, it just like, like half an hour ago, I was like, oh man, it's breaking out, it's breaking out. And then now it's right back down where it was. Oh well. Okay, so that's it. Not too much. Well, we're just glad it's over 7,000, right? It's been kind of up and down, but it's been holding pretty steady over the last, over the last month. And we saw that horrible drop in March for the Corona scare, which took us down to like 51. And then ever since then, it's been kind of back up. So we're in good shape. All right. Price prediction on Ethereum or next bull run. I'm not much of a price predictor, but Ethereum has been trying to break out over the last couple of months. Was up pretty high not too long ago. Above where it is now, that's for sure. So let's look at the 3-month chart on Ethereum. So like at the beginning of the year, I think Ethereum hit its high 285. And that's not ancient history. That's recent, right? That's mid to early to mid February. and then was hovering over 2. And then we had the Corona scare, which took it down to 100. Seemed like a pretty good buying opportunity. And I would imagine that we're at least going to get back up to this. You know, its all-time high was 1,200. So we'll see. I would like to see it hit its all-time high. But like I said, nobody can really predict the markets. If we could, then there wouldn't be markets, right? If everybody knew exactly where the markets were going, everybody would be buying and selling at the same time, I guess. I don't know. Would make sense. All right, so before we jump too much further into everything, I would like you guys to check out my description down below. And I've got links to all of the news stories that we're going to talk about tonight. And then I have my affiliate links for Crypto.com and Ledger. And check out Ledger. About a week ago, there was a marketing campaign that they asked me to help with, and they gave me a checkout code, CryptoDad20 at Ledger.com. And doesn't matter how big the order is, right? So if you go on there and buy $300 worth of Ledger products, you'll get 20% off, right? Just put in CryptoDad20 as your checkout code, and it will automatically give you a 20% discount, right? And then don't forget also, if you use Crypto.com's CryptoPay, you're also going to get an additional bonus on that, right? I don't think that's in this article or not. Yeah, here it is. Or that's for, yeah, the CryptoPay thing on Ledger, I'm not too sure about. But we can check it. I don't know. We'll check. So anyway, check out the affiliate links. There's some good stuff going on at Crypto.com for their waiving credit card purchases. We're going to make a purchase tonight using my debit card. So you'll see how that works. Pretty cool. And then they're giving discounts on food purchases and food deliveries. And then Ledger is now integrated staking of TRON into Ledger Live. You can now view TRON in Ledger Live directly. You don't need to use third-party wallets anymore, and you can actually stake your TRON directly from Ledger Live. I posted a video on that earlier today. If you're interested in a step-by-step on how you purchase TRON, store it on a Ledger, you know, install the app, create the account, you know, generate a receiving address, deposit TRON, all that good stuff. Video today on my channel. Let's see here. Can't seem to do this. There we go. We'll do that. And the video was today. Uploaded today. There we go. How to stake TRON on Ledger. So check that guy. Oops. Doggone it. That's not what I wanted to do.
VA loans are...
do that. All right. So that one. And then also, a day before that, I did just the announcement of the new version of Ledger Live, which is quite an upgrade. 2.2.3 supports TRON and hiding ERC20 tokens that you don't like our old Nemesis Kick token, which is now hidden. So that's good stuff. All right, and let's go over here to the news real quick, if I can find it. Too busy. Okay, so we got Bitcoin holding at 7K as China sees first GDP drop, oil lowest since 1987. All right, so this is kind of an overall financial, rundown of what's going on in the world today. And Bitcoin is holding steady above 7,000. That was from this morning, and it's still over 7,000. So pretty decent performance for Bitcoin. We still don't know if Bitcoin is a, now I can't, the word escapes me, one of those value assets that people run to when times are bad, right? Like gold. And we still don't really know if Bitcoin is uncorrelated with the market or correlated with the market. It does tend, I think in one of the articles we'll talk about tonight, they mention that Bitcoin tends to follow economic events, right? So just because the market went down doesn't mean that the market dragged Bitcoin down in March. It just meant that there were fear factors at large, the coronavirus scare, which brought everything down, not just the markets, but Bitcoin as well. It wasn't a factor. It wasn't that the markets drug Bitcoin down. It was that the events of the world drug everything down. That's one explanation. That's one way of looking at it. Or you could say it was the market that pulled Bitcoin down. But at that point, we had all kind of hoped that Bitcoin was a reverse barometer of the market, right? The market goes down, Bitcoin goes up, because people are rushing into those assets that are good for. Did anyone put that on there? Safe haven. Thank you. In the safe haven, right? So it's really not been behaving historically as a safe haven like we would all like it to, but perhaps it will as time goes forward. And so anyway, Bitcoin at 7, while there were a lot of other crazy things going on financially. You could take like 10% of what's going on here in the markets, and like a year ago, that kind of stuff would have just gone, driven the markets crazy. Now, we did have the big scare in March, and everything was going crazy. But now we're like these unreal GDP, these unreal unemployment reports, these unbelievable manufacturing reports, these consumer confidence reports. All of these things are just like so mind-numbing that the market doesn't really know what to do. But in the past, just any one of those pieces of news would have driven the market lower, right? But now we're just getting horribly crazy bad news, and everyone's just kind of priced it in, right? Yeah, we know everything's turned to hell. So anyway, it's just a weird time, right? And but Bitcoin is holding out. Now we've got an interesting article here about the Bitcoin halving. It's going to be a make or break. And this particular prediction here is 30,000 by the end of this year, which is rather bold, right? We're in April. Are we in April? Yeah, we're in April, and they're predicting 30,000 before the end of the year. Now, the halving is like 24 days away. The halving is like really close. Where is that? It was on CoinMarketCap. Maybe it wasn't on CoinMarket. I thought I saw like a countdown to halving somewhere. Maybe it was on Binance earlier. Anyway, the halving is coming up soon, right? Now, the halving is not based on a date. It's kind of like Easter. Right? It's not really based on the full moon or anything, but the halving is based on a block number, and by all estimates, it's going to be within, they can predict it to within days, I guess, or within 24 hours of that day. So less than 30 days away, the Bitcoin halving. Now, the halving itself is not going to, drive the market up or down necessarily, but historically, it's been post-halving that the market has, that Bitcoin has gone up, right? Historically, right? So I think here, they expect a 10 times price, order of magnitude, not precise, 1 to 2 years after the halving. So if you remember, the last halving was in 2016, and it wasn't until 2017 that we had our all-time high, right? But if we look at the overall chart of Bitcoin, and let's see if we can get the all-time chart, right? This is the all, right? There's July of 13, right? What was the first halving? 2012. It doesn't really show 2012, right? It doesn't go back that far for some reason. I don't know why. It's just. But if we look at the historical chart of Bitcoin, we can't really see that first halving here. But the second halving was was in 2016, somewhere mid 2016, And within the year, or around a year later, a little more than a year later, we saw the all-time high of 20,000, right? But even though we saw this high of 20,000, and we did see this low of 3,000, overall, you know, if we drew a straight line from here to here, we're looking at just, you know, always up, right? It has its ups and downs, but and so they're predicting the next halving will take Bitcoin up another order of magnitude of 10. And that's from, like, even if that were from where we are now, that's almost unthinkable. So, but that's not me. That's not my prediction. That's just this article. But that, you know, a lot of people are looking forward to that. And 30,000 by the end of 2020 would be nice. Yes, wouldn't it? BTC and macro will correlate forever. Okay, yes, we know that Bitcoin shreds 60% in a day that stocks crashed. PLANB argued the current correlation was the result of a broader, as I mentioned this earlier, coronavirus crisis and not a permanent feature of Bitcoin. So it doesn't always mean that Bitcoin will follow the stock market, right? We're hoping for that decoupling as time goes forward, right? So hopefully we'll have that, right? And then there's some, yeah, see, everything's down now all of a sudden. It's crazy. I don't know what happened. Everything's in the red, but at least Bitcoin's still over 7. All right, so this article is about stablecoins and how they've seen an explosion in business use. So this company, Circle, has been using stablecoins, mostly because it's kind of dipping your toe in the water of cryptocurrencies without actually using a real cryptocurrency. Stablecoins are blockchain-based cryptocurrencies, but they're not. They don't have their own backing, right? They're tied to the U.S. dollar, so they're not decentralized like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. They're actually they're like based on dollars, right? A company that floats a company that floats stable coins has to have money in the bank, you know, to justify them, right? So let's see here. All right, so U.S. dollar coin, which is Coinbase's coin, use has jumped from 444 million in March to 734 million at press time. So that's a big jump over the course of less than 2 months, right? So a lot of companies, due to this crisis, are cash hungry, dollar hungry. So a lot of people want to get their hands on dollars, and a lot of companies are turning to stable coins to do that. So that's kind of an interesting development here. So in a way, they're behaving like that, like the safe haven. All right. So anyway, let me look at the questions here. Hello, guys. I forgot to greet everybody. There are a lot of people here tonight. Ron is here. Wakdaho is here. Wakdaho. Here we go. Price prediction. Good evening, Daniel, Sean, Ron, Moeller. Why is YouTube banning crypto channels? We don't know for sure. That was an issue last year. It sort of passed. My channel had like 4 videos that got warned, but I replied back to them. I explained to them what I do and everything, and then they never replied back to me, but the videos magically became unwarned, right? The warning disappeared. But I guess lately I've heard that some other crypto channels were getting some censorship, so to speak, but I haven't since this year. Like, I remember last year it happened, but it was just less than a week, right? So I don't know why that's happening. YouTube is claiming it's because they're short-staffed. They're relying on their bots to handle takedowns and warnings or whatever. So their AI is doing it, because there's not enough humans to man the station or whatever. I don't know. So anyway. No problem for the Cash app. $6 fee on buying 1,200 worth of coins on the Cash app was $18 for the same amount. Oh yeah, Coinbase Pro is only $6 in fees for buying $1,200 in coins. Cash app was $18 for the same amount. Yeah, so I guess the Cash app is more for a small retail purchase, whereas if you've got larger purchases, Coinbase Pro would be the way to go. You can be a Coinbase Pro guy. You don't have to be a major trader to use Coinbase Pro. The only problem I have with purchasing on Coinbase Pro is that you have to deposit money into Coinbase Pro in order to make purchases, which takes a few days to clear. Maybe they've changed that now, but you could use your debit card with Coinbase for instant purchases. But Coinbase Pro, you either had to wire money in or connect it to your bank account, and either one of those methods was kind of slow. But I mean, if you're a serious kind of person, what's a few days when you know you're planning on buying crypto anyway? So just like put some money on deposit in Coinbase Pro. So the only problem I have with that is I'm just kind of an impatient person, and I buy on the spur. And so Coinbase proper or non-pro allows me to use my debit card for instant purchases, and Cash app will also allow me to make instant purchases. So being an impatient guy, kind of like that. But yeah, I'd probably be saving money if I was using Coinbase Pro and had the forethought to put some money in the account ahead of time. Scott is here. Hello. The next market crash, BTC will be $400. Just kidding. I hope not. Have a Bebo ICO account, no KYC needed, but found out U.S. citizen not allowed to participate. Am I screwed? If you got your coins, you're probably okay. The ICOs that are not for U.S. citizens, it's more the company that'll get in trouble selling to us as U.S. citizens. Then we will get in trouble from buying them being U.S. citizens. The regulations are for the company. So that's why they block U.S. citizens, because the company doesn't want to get in trouble selling to U.S. investors. But if you've made your purchase and you have your coins, you should be okay. And you can always bypass those types of lockouts by using a VPN if you're into that sort of thing, if you want to be involved in ICOs and that kind of stuff, or foreign exchanges, right? So no, you're not screwed as far as I know. But like I said, if you got your coins, you're fine. If you gave them a bunch of money and now you can't get in, that's a different story. Okay, sorry, I'm a little behind on comments here. Ace666 from New Zealand, Robert Cole. Okay, have a question about Ledger Nano S. I used my 24-word, recovered my Ledger Nano S, but my BTC BCH wallets got different addresses as before. My XRP XTZ wallets got same addresses as before. Why? I'm not sure what you mean by address. Every time you generate a receiving address, it's different, right? That's just the way it works. You don't have to delete the account to make that happen. Just in normal use, when you generate a receiving address, you're going to get a new one each time, right? So the private key you can't see, the public key you really can't see. The receiving, whatever receiving address it gives you is going to vary, right? That's the way Bitcoin wallets are designed in Ledger Live. It's nothing to be concerned about. As long as you can see your balance after you restore, then you're fine, right? This one's empty because I moved some out earlier, right? So don't freak out if it's a different receiving address. That's not important. Thanks for all the efforts I do. I really appreciate it, what you're doing, especially Bitcoin Basic. If one day I become a millionaire, I know it will happen. I'll give you a big gift. Well, thank you, Saber. That's so nice of you. I appreciate that. Pablo, how do you move an address from Etherscan to my Ledger Nano S? It depends on how you got that, where that address comes from. So if you created a wallet with a private key that you're cutting and pasting into MyEther wallet, or I'm not sure what you mean by Etherscan. It just means you're scanning the blockchain. So somehow you created a wallet, and apparently you were looking at it on MyEther wallet. If you were using a ledger to do it, then you can look at it on Ledger Live, no problem. Just go to accounts and create an Ethernet account or Ethereum account and connect your ledger and scan for it. All right. But I don't know if it's a private key, like you created a standalone private key that you, or one of those files that you have saved on your computer, then you're going to have to create an empty Ethereum wallet in Ledger and transfer your balance, if that's what you want, if you want to manage it from Ledger. But like I said, if you used a Ledger device, you can just connect it and scan. I'm going to go ahead and enter my PIN here. I'm getting behind here, blabbing away, talking, and you guys got questions. I hope I got this PIN right. I always enter my PIN incorrectly during the live stream. Ah, I did it. Okay. All right, so let's turn this guy on. So you can see my device. There we go. All right, got this guy working. All right, so let's say that I have a MyEther wallet. And you said Etherscan. I'm assuming you're talking about MyEther wallet. I might be wrong about that. And you've got a ledger-based address. Ugh, again with this. Oh, I need to be in the Ethereum app. All right. So we need to be, whoops, in the Ethereum app for this all to do what it's supposed to do. Oops, this thing is crazy. All right. Let's try this again. All right, well, this thing is not behaving well for me. I don't really want to mess with this tonight. Just not, I don't need this anymore, right? All right, so if we would really want to see those wallets, we just scan for an Ethereum wallet, right? Just say ETH, right? Connect your device, go into the Ethereum app, and scan for it. It'll be there. It'll create an account in Ledger Live for you, if you were using a ledger to manage that Ethereum address, right? So right now it's scanning for Ethereum wallets that I may or may not have on this device, private keys that got created and stored. It never forgets them. They're always there, whether you have the account or not, right? You can delete the account and then rescan for them. They'll always be there. It does take a few minutes though. So while that's going on, let me go through the comments here and see if I can get caught up. All right, there we go. All right, so all right. So you can see there's a few. I guess these are old Ethereum accounts. You can see there's ERC20 tokens that were in there. And then this one has small balance of Ethereum. And then the other one, the Ethereum main, is already in there in Ledger Live, right? And then I could create an empty one, right? A brand new one if I wanted to. But let's just add this one. We'll just call this, we'll just leave it Ethereum 2. We'll just assume that that was the Ethereum account that you had floating around on Ledger, or I'm sorry, on Etherscanner. Yeah. So it's pretty easy to add Ethereum wallets to Ledger Live. You simply connect the device, open the Ethereum app, and go add account. And it'll find whatever wallets you had stored on your Ledger device. Like I said, if it was a different kind of wallet, like a file-based wallet or a private key-only based wallet, you'll need to get into that, create an empty wallet in Ledger Live and transfer your balance. All right, Bitcoin 30K by the end of this year, not going to happen. Words of wisdom, Scott. It seemed a bit optimistic for me as well, but I couldn't help being intoxicated by it. Ooh, geez. All right. You're all under arrest. Okay. Set graph to log view. Okay, whatever that means. Is that what I need to do to make this thing show up in Etherscan? The Labor podcast had a PLANB a few times. It's very interesting. Workaho just set pin wrong 3 times. You'll need to manually remove any old accounts from Ledger Live. That doesn't happen automatically. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so he's explaining how to reset your ledger. Please make sure you have your 24-word recovery phrase handy before you incorrectly enter your PIN 3 times. Don't just willy-nilly go resetting your device unless you're sure you know where your crypto recovery phrase is. Okay. How do you move an address from... Okay. How do I move an address from Etherscan to my Ledger Nano S? I think I covered that. All I have not updated my Ledger Live 2.2.4 since the last time I updated. It would not operate properly. Just wondering with this new updated, did they fix the bugs so it would work properly? They did say that there were some bug fixes in this. So I hope so. Windows fixed a bug that created false positive, blah, blah, blah. I think it was this one here. Various fixes on Windows, right? So if it wasn't working properly, I would just go to Ledger Live or ledger.com and download. I'm going to just get rid of this. Just go to ledger.com and download the latest version and install it. See if that works. It should update your existing installation and then you'll be able to run. All right. So yes, I guess the answer is yes. I think they've been fixing bugs. Any clue why I did not get my referral bonus on Coinbase? I do not have a clue on that. You'll have to deal with them on that. Followed instructions precisely, but no bonus. Contacted them and no help. They say it's automated, so can't do anything. It's $10, so I wouldn't get all wrapped up and waste hours trying to track down this $10 bonus on Coinbase. All right. You give your referral link to a friend. If they sign up and buy crypto, I believe, then you'll get your $10 referral bonus, right? But I wouldn't move heaven and earth trying to get this $10, man. Maybe you'll find it on the street if you keep looking down while you're walking. Probably wrong passphrase caused that issue. I just want to do a dry run to verify seed. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, as long as you got your seed, you're fine. You could always restore it to a different device to confirm the seed, right? It's always a good idea to have more than one ledger laying around the house. If you use your recovery phrase to restore to a different ledger, they'll both be mirror images of each other. So, if one dies, you can jump right back in with the other one, right? It's always good to have a backup. So, and if you've only got one and that one gets messed up, you'll have to order a new one from Ledger and or wait for them to replace yours. All right. So having another one laying around is a pretty good idea. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I believe they have a bundle. If you go to, the Ledger Backup Pack, right? So you can buy a Ledger Nano X and a Ledger Nano S and use the S as your backup, right? So it's not bad. And remember, you can get a 20% off that if you use my checkout code while it's still valid. My rep at Ledger, Jim, very nice gentleman, gave it to me and said it only has 200 uses. So CryptoDad 20, remember that. Not trying to hawk Ledger, but I use them every day, so I believe in them. Okay. First time caller, love the channel. Jacob, thank you. Bought tokens on Verga Delta and saw it on Etherscan, but did not show up in Ledger. Bought tokens and saw it on Etherscan, but did not show up in Ledger. Not every ERC20 token shows up in Ledger. So if you, and I can't get into my Ether wallet, but it does show tokens that you don't see in Ledger for some reason, right? So I've got some coins here that are not showing prices. And then I believe there are some other coins that I have in here, maybe airdrops that are not showing up just because Ledger does not show every ERC20 known to man. There are a bunch of them out there, and some of them are basically worthless, so Ledger doesn't bother showing them or doesn't support them or whatever, right? So that happens. So depending on what type of coin it was, you're probably just going to have to connect your Ledger and manage it through my Ether wallet, right? So if it's an obscure ERC20 token, it might not show up in Ledger. Now it might show up eventually if it becomes, you know, if it gets more acceptance on exchanges and things like that, you know. It might eventually gain support by Ledger. But so that does happen, yes. That doesn't mean it's not there. It just means that Ledger doesn't support it. Right? All right, it's Memorex. Can we have multiple Bitcoin accounts in a single ledger? Yes, by all means. You can have millions of Bitcoin accounts in a ledger. Right? So you can see here I've got 1, 2, 3 right now. But there were more. Right? I'm constantly creating and deleting Bitcoin accounts. So yes, you can maintain multiple Bitcoin accounts in Ledger Live. And you can attach an account to different devices. Actually, I don't have that account. I don't remember what I think I deleted a bunch of accounts. But you can connect a different device and create new accounts in Ledger Live. So you can have multiple ledgers with accounts in the same copy of Ledger Live. So you could have multiple Bitcoin accounts connected to this ledger, and you could have multiple Bitcoin accounts connected to this ledger. They can all be managed in the same copy of Ledger Live. Pretty versatile. Okay. I bought Very on Fork Delta and saw the transaction completed on Etherscan, but it never showed up in my ledger. Yeah, I really don't know why, you know. Have you tried connecting it to Fork Delta and going back? Maybe something went wrong. It didn't end up. It says. I mean, I get a lot of people telling me they can see things on Etherscan, on the blockchain explorer, but just because you can see it doesn't mean it's yours, right? You have to control the private keys. So I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but perhaps something weird happened and you lost access to it. I don't know. But if you're in Fork Delta and you can see it, then you're probably okay, just because it doesn't show up in Ledger. Could you explain sending Chainlink back to an exchange and how to calculate gas? Okay. Let's see here. I do believe I have some Chainlink on here. Where is it? Is it in here? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so there's some link here. All right, so how do I send it back to an exchange? Okay. Let's see. Let's do Binance US. I believe they support Chainlink. Or does Coinbase? Let's try Coinbase. I think I haven't done Coinbase in a while. All right, so let's get ourselves logged in. My log says, how the heck am I logged in? That's weird. Okay. All right, so Chainlink. Boom, bitty, boom, bitty, boom. Where's Chainlink? Do they have it? There it is. Okay. So I'm in my Coinbase account. There's my Chainlink, right? And I want to send some Chainlink that I have in my wallet back to the exchange so that I could reap the benefits. All right. So there's my Chainlink, right? I have 24 Chainlink. How do I send that back to Coinbase? Well, we go over to Coinbase. We go to our portfolio. We go to Chainlink. If I can find it again. We choose receive, right? I want to receive. Make sure you're sending the right cryptocurrency. There's the address, the Chainlink address of my Coinbase Chainlink wallet. Copy that into my clipboard. Go back over here to Coinbase, hit send, paste in that address. Boom, send it. That's it. Gas gets calculated automatically in Ledger. Let's say we want to send it all. You can slide this thing up and down if you want. It's okay to just leave it at the default. It goes fine. It's not charging you that much. If you use less gas, it is less likely to be mined on the Ethereum blockchain. So if you try to like save money on gas, you run the risk of your transaction taking much longer than usual, and sometimes just being left as an orphan and never getting mined, and then I guess it eventually bounces back to you. And if you're in a big hurry, you could move this up, and so you could pay more gas to get it sent even faster. So, but like I said, the default is fine. The Ethereum network has been pretty efficient over the last year or so. We had some trouble with it in 2017 when things were, going crazy. You were having to really pump up your gas to get your transactions to go through. But I haven't had any trouble moving Ethereum. So just using the default will get you there, right? So you click continue, and then you have to. Oops, you have to be in the Ethereum app, right? So there's the overview here. We have to click that. You have to be in the Ethereum app. So it's probably going to tell me. Oh, I guess I am in the Ethereum app, right? I was already in the Ethereum app since it's an ERC20 token. So you review the transaction, and then you click accept and send, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to do that. So I'll just hit reject, and I'm done, right? But had I said okay, it would have left my Ledger wallet and would have ended up over here on Coinbase. Mm-hmm. And once it got into Coinbase, I could sell it, do whatever I want. Right, if I wanted to. Sell it for dollars and then withdraw, if that was your intention. So, not too difficult. Right. So, while we're here in Coinbase, I noticed that I got a referral bonus, probably the one that was supposed to be going to our good friend Steven. Was it Steven? Somebody's having trouble with their bonus. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Rex. Is it okay to whitelist my Ledger address? Says BTC address on Binance, so I use the same BTC address to send to Ledger Live, even though Ledger generates new addresses. It's fine. It will get there, right? You don't need to use, you can send to the same address until the end of time, and it will arrive in your wallet, right? No big deal. It does reduce privacy, and I don't know about security. But, I mean, you could say it increases privacy and security by using a brand new address each time, right? But it is kind of a pain to have to re-whitelist all the time, which is what basically you end up doing in Coinbase. It's perfectly fine to go ahead and send it to your the same address over and over again. It'll end up in the same. It'll end up in the wallet, right? And it's not a big deal that Coinbase knows the address, right? They don't. They're not. I don't know. You could say that it's probably better they don't, but the idea is that if I use the same receiving address over and over again, and I give it to my buddy or his buddy or their buddy, they can see my balance and all my transactions because the blockchain is transparent. So that's why Ledger tries to improve privacy and security by generating a brand new receiving address every time you do a receive, right? But there's no problem with sending to the same address over and over again. It will get there. So let's go ahead and bring some Bitcoin in to this native SegWit address. Right, let's hit receive, and we'll hit continue here. And all right, it wants me to quit the Ethereum app. Right, it says, "Hey Rex, you're on the wrong app. Please quit the app you're in." So I will navigate over to quit. All right, and now it's probably going to say, now you need to enter the Bitcoin app. All right, open the Bitcoin app. So I'm going to do what I'm told. All right, I'll hit both buttons to enter the Bitcoin app. And that's basically just a verification of the receiving address, right? It generated a new one here. All right, so I'm just going to copy it into my clipboard. And then I'll go to approve. That was just validating the receiving address. That's all I was doing. It wasn't a send, right? I wasn't signing a transaction or anything. Just generating a receiving address. All right, so let's go over to portfolio again. Let's go to Bitcoin. Oh, I got 2 referrals. Boy. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Let's do this. Yeah, I want to send. And the Bitcoin address is my wallet, right? And I can just click here in the amount. I'll hit send max, and I'll hit continue. And I got to enter my 2-factor authentication from my Google Authenticator for my Coinbase, which I will do. All right, we'll hit confirm there. Transaction is on the way, and we should be able to see a there, sent Bitcoin pending, right? It's going to end up over here in this wallet, right? Because that's where we got the address from. Now, Coinbase didn't ask me to whitelist that. I think it's Coinbase Pro that really wants you to do the whitelist thing, right? All right, now let's do a purchase of some Bitcoin on crypto.com. All right, so let's go over to crypto.com. And like I said, for the next 3 months, February, April, May, and June, they're waiving the fees on credit card and debit card purchases, right? So no fees. So pretty good. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I want to do is I'm going to go back to home here. And where is it? I think I want to, do I want to trade? Yeah, I want to buy. What do I want to buy? Let's buy some Bitcoin. Or should we buy something else? Well, let's buy BINANCE coin. Why not? All right, so we'll buy some BNB. And how much do I want to buy? Just like 50 bucks, right? I don't want to buy a bunch. Let's buy 3. Yeah. 3.5. Yeah, I can handle that. All right, so we'll buy 3.5 BNB. And you'll notice there that the option is already set for credit card. So I could use my other coins that I'm already have in crypto.com to trade for BNB. But the default here is it's going to use my attached debit card that I've already got, right? So I'm just going to tap that, and you just set up you connect your debit card to your crypto.com account. It's not that difficult, right? Hit buy, There we go. Let's go ahead and confirm that. And I should have some BNB in there now. Whoa, that was crazy. Now, I think the first time that I did this, back in 2017, and it better work. Okay. I had to call my bank after. The first time it got rejected, I had to call the bank. Either that or I had to, they sent me a text, and I said, yeah, that was me, and they were like, okay, fine. And then I tried again, and it worked. So depending on your bank, you may have that issue on Crypto.com. It happens on a lot of these. Any exchange that accepts credit cards or debit cards. I think even Coinbase. When I first opened Coinbase back in 2017, my bank questioned that too. They're like, "What are you doing?" But once you tell them it's fine, it usually works after that. From then on, right? So once you've got a card set up and you've managed to make the purchase, you're fine, right? So we can go over to accounts, and we can see there that I've got $55 worth of BNB, which is pretty cool. And what are we going to do with that BNB? Where are we going to store it, right? The ledger doesn't support BNB directly, right? So there's ways you can do it. You can use, you can put the BNB app on your ledger and use the Binance decentralized app to store your BNB. I'm not a huge fan of that, but you can do that. I tend to store my BNB in my Trust wallet. So why don't we do that? Let's go to Trust. And I believe, whoops. Yeah, so there's some BNB right here. All right, we'll do a receive. Now let's take a look at that WMC4. I'm going to copy that into my clipboard. WMC4 is the end of that address. So let's go back over to Crypto.com. Let's go to my Binance coin. Let's do a transfer. I'll tap transfer. I'm going to withdraw it. I'm going to withdraw to an external wallet. And I might have it listed. Yes, as you can see, I got Trust B WMC4. That's the address of the Trust wallet. I've already whitelisted it. So there's no harm in me using that address again. I'm going to hit withdraw. I'm going to edit the field where it has 100, and then I'll just go down there where it says max. I'll click that. I'll hit withdraw. All right, I'm going to confirm that. All right, and it needs my two-factor. So when you're using your phone, you can just go over to the other app, and this has a cut feature or copy feature. I can tap the code there for Crypto.com. You see it says copied down there. It's in my clipboard. Now I can just lift up and slide over back to Crypto.com. I'll tap once in that field, and then I'll tap again and paste, and then I'll hit continue. So it's not too hard to use your Google Authenticator between phone apps, right? Sometimes it's a little tricky. Sometimes the app that won't allow you to paste in. So you kind of have to remember the code, you know, and then when you get back to the other app, you have to manually type it in. But there you go. My BNB is on its way. So I got zero balance here. And Trust Wallet will give me an alert to tell me that I've got a BNB deposit. It won't take very long. BNB is pretty fast. On Crypto.com, when I make a withdrawal BNB, it's usually pretty fast. Right? It doesn't take that long. Bitcoin, for whatever reason, takes longer. All right. So Crypto.com, easy way to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, trade cryptocurrencies, store cryptocurrencies, earn interest. There you go. The BNB withdrawal is complete. Now I should get an alert. There, the withdrawal is complete. I should get something from Trust Wallet. Let's see if that happens. It may or may not. It may already be in there. Let's go. I think you have to be in it. All right, let's go back to Trust. Let's go back here. Yeah, it's in there already. All right, so it came in. Not bad. All right, so we got a lot of BNB now. BNB, as you can see, I believe in BNB. I like to hold some BNB. BNB was like 40 bucks back in, I don't remember when, but it was like 2018 maybe. It was doing good. So if BNB gets back to its, now BNB is the native token of Binance, right? So let's look at BNB while we're here. It's pretty high on the list of cryptocurrency, market cap wise. Binance Coin is number 8. Can't beat that. Right? Let's look at its chart. Yeah, let's see. January of 2019. What was it? 24. I thought it was more than that. Maybe I was wrong. Okay, there you go. 38. 38.44 back in 2019. Yeah. So if Binance Coin goes back to its all-time high, then we'll all be sitting pretty, right? Bitcoin goes back to its all-time high, we'll all be sitting pretty. So a good coin, right? Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, I believe, and they've got a Binance Coin, their own ecosystem. They even have sub-coins, so it's a pretty good coin to have a few in your pocket, right? All right, so I hope that was edifying for everyone. Let's see. How in the heck can someone go into my Coinbase account and convert my XRP to BTC and send it to the wallet of their choice? I have no idea. Is that what happened to you, future Kryptonaire? Someone went into your Coinbase account? Well, if they get into your Coinbase account, they can do just about anything, right? I mean, if someone has access to your Coinbase account, then that's the problem. It's not how they were able to do XRP to BTC and withdraw it. The problem was they got access to your account. So my question, did you have two-factor authentication enabled on your Coinbase account? Did you go into your Coinbase account while you had friends and family over and someone saw your password? Do you have your password written on a sticky note on your monitor? Is it in a desk drawer next to your computer? There are a lot of ways that people can gain access to your account if you are not using good OPSEC. I'm not trying to minimize your pain or degrade you by accusing you of loose security procedures. I'm just pointing out that these are some of the things that could be an explanation for that. So exchanges get hacked too. So it could have been, you could have had tip-top security and they just hacked the exchange somehow. I don't know. But if someone has your username and password, they may have hacked some gaming site that you frequent that you haven't used in years, but you used you've got that same email and you've been using that same password for years. So they got your username, they got your email and your password from some other breach, from some other service, and they tried it in Coinbase and it worked because you were reusing your password. I don't know that you're reusing your password. I'm just throwing out ideas as to how you got hacked. Do you trust your mom? Maybe your mom took it. Maybe your brother. Maybe your girlfriend. Who knows? I don't know. Is Ledger 2.2.4 safe to download even with the false Trojan detection issue? Interesting that you should mention that because they fixed that bug. If you'll notice here, it was a bug on their part. It was not that it was a Trojan. It was a bug on their part. So if you look right here, it says fixed a bug that created a false positive virus detection linked to the uninstall script. My virus detected that too. I looked at it, I saw that it was talking about the Ledger uninstaller, and I was kind of like, well, that doesn't sound right, so I didn't delete it or anything. It turns out it was a false positive, right? It was a bug on the Ledger side that threw up a false positive. Nothing to worry about, all right? So that's been fixed. Safe to download. There are a lot of false positives. You have to be kind of savvy in that. I mean, being secure is good, but virus protection programs throw up a lot of false positives. Um, because if they didn't, you know, they have to be over uh, zealous, right? Um, Sometimes to your own detriment, though. Like a lot of virus protection programs won't let you download the Monero wallet because they've marked it as malware. So I know I want it. I know it's not malware, but my virus protection says it is. So I kind of have to whitelist it, override it, whatever I got to do. But that ledger thing was a bug in the ledger, and it's been fixed. So you're fine. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Whoops. I do staking holding, but I don't do nodes, right? Nodes is like, you got to be pretty serious to run a node. You got to have a 24/7 server and all that stuff, and I don't. I could, but I'm not like, that takes up a lot of bandwidth too, right? My internet service provider will charge me extra if I use too much bandwidth. So I do a lot of blockchain downloads and that's kind of stuff, and syncs, and um, there have been some months where I've used up my allotment. I think they give me 1 terabyte or whatever. So I really have no interest in running a node that's going to have 24/7 traffic in and out of it, right? Yeah, Oh yeah, so let's talk about the Tron. Now I've got some Tron in here now, and you can see that it is showing up in Ledger Live now. So if you don't have Tron on your ledger yet, then you can go over to Ledger Manager and install the Tron app, right? They've always had the Tron app. Now I need to allow Ledger Manager. Right? Hit both buttons there. Don't need that. So Tron is Tron. They've always had the Tron app, right? But when you installed it on your device, you couldn't use Ledger Live to view your balance. Now you can, right? So if you hit Add Account, you'll choose Tron. You can scan for your Tron. This Tron was already in there, right? I had bought it somewhere else. I mean, I bought it a long time ago and stored it on the Ledger, but I was never able to view my balance in Ledger Live, and now I can. Right, so if you go into this account, so you've got manage assets, you got send, receive, and manage assets, and as you can see, I'm already staking some. Oh look, I can claim 0.8 Tron. Wow. What is that? What is Tron? 2 cents, right? So what is that? 0.4 cents? I don't know. I'm not very good at math, right? But I can claim it, and I just did this morning, right? So I guess you can claim Tron, like let's claim some, right? Yay! Once every 24 hours, right? So I'm not going to claim it yet. I'll wait for it to go up a little more. Right? Maybe I'll get 1 Tron. Who knows? But that's pretty cool, right? So once every 24 hours, I can claim some Tron. It's not that hard. You know, you just go into Manage Assets. Now I've already froze. I can't unfreeze. I can't unfreeze until I've let it sit in there for 3 days, right? But I could switch my vote to a different super representative, right? But I'm not going to. But I could if I want to, right? So all you have to do is put some Tron in there, hit Manage Assets, and you can freeze it, and then you can vote. And then once you've done that, you've basically staked it with whoever you voted with, and they'll share rewards with you. So if you've got, and I've only got $300 worth of Tron in there. It's not a lot of Tron. I mean, it's a lot, you know, a large number of tokens, but it's only worth $300. So if you had $10,000 worth of Tron in there, then you will probably get a few bucks or $1 or $2 a day. Who knows? Not bad, right? If you want to sink all your money into Tron, I'm not sure if I would want to do that. But you can manage Tron in your Ledger now, in your Ledger Live. So that's pretty cool. That's good news, right? A lot of Tron lovers out there. So I did the video on Ledger Live, and I talked about how to, how to create a Tron account. And then I forgot to even look at this, and a bunch of people asked me, hey, how do you stake Tron? So I did another video today. I was like, oh yeah, you can stake Tron and everything in here. That's pretty cool. All right. Oh, okay. So we got our BNB. That happened fast, didn't it? Let me see if there's questions, right? I never really tried Bisq. I think that I went to their website. It's an app, right? You got to install it on your computer, and I just never. It was just a little more work than I was ready to do on that at that moment. But might be a good way to buy crypto anonymously. I don't know where it is. Ooh, there it is. Bisq is how you say it? Bisq? Yeah. So it's an application that you download onto your computer, and then you get this little interface here. And I think the easiest way to do it would be if you already own Bitcoin, you could deposit it in here and then use to trade, right? I don't know if there's any way to actually buy directly linking Bisq to a bank account or anything like that. And I'm not sure that you would want to because it's, decentralized and, you want to, it's sort of anonymous, right? I don't know if you can trade more than just BTC or not. I haven't tried it yet. But it is a decentralized way to trade Bitcoin. There aren't too many of those, right? There's a lot of decentralized Ethereum exchanges, like we talked about Fork Delta earlier, where you can trade ERC20 tokens, but not many where you can actually trade Bitcoin on a decentralized platform, right? So pretty cool, right? Now you can also, if you don't want to sign up for an account, you could do Coinbase, a Coin Switch Pro, right? Which is another great way to trade coins without having to sign up for an account. I'll put that there. I think we've done a few. Oh, huh. I was going to paste something earlier. All right, as you can see, I bought a little Monero earlier. So it's an easy way to, if you have Bitcoin, to buy like 200 different coins, right? You can buy Litecoin, and it's kind of, and they'll query different exchanges and give you the best price. So all you got to do is go to their website, and let's say, well, I don't have any Litecoin at the moment, but let's see. Oh, I don't know. Let's just say we wanted to buy some Tron. Let's see if it'll do Tron, TRX. Right. All right. So this is around $50 worth of Bitcoin, right? So let's say I wanted to buy that Tron, and I had Bitcoin. All I got to do is give it a Tron address, right? There's your Tron address. You can hit exchange, and then it just says, okay, send some Bitcoin. So you deposit the Bitcoin into this address, and then they send the Tron to the address that you told them, right? So you don't have to create an account. You don't have to deposit Bitcoin and do trades. You just you set up the exchange, right? At the very beginning. It's like, okay, I'm going to meet you in the parking garage. I'm going to slide a briefcase full of Bitcoin over to you, and then you'll slide a briefcase full of Tron back to me, and we'll go our separate ways. So it's kind of a cool way to trade coins. I don't know how economical it is, if it's cheaper or more expensive. I'm not a stickler about stuff like that. It's about market value as far as I can see. They're not charging me double the price of what coins would cost, but could be, maybe it's not, it might be cheaper to trade other places. I don't know, but it's a good kind of anonymous way for those of us that don't really want to have to give our name and address and everything just to use an exchange. So, but no, I haven't tried the bisque, the lobster bisque. Haven't tried it yet. Maybe I will. So I finally staked my ZRX today. A little trickier than Tron, but not too bad. Yeah, and as you'll notice, I don't have the ZRX at the moment in here. I don't know. I don't remember what I did, but oh, I remember. I reformatted my computer last week and reinstalled Windows, and then reinstalled Ledger Live and added my accounts manually. So I haven't done my ZRX. So why don't we do that? So this is a way. So I'm going to, I don't need to go to Manager. I've already got the ZRX on here. Right? So let's just go over there. Or Tezos. Is that ZRX? I think so. Right? We'll go into Tezos. Right? And then we'll go over here to, I'm going to move this just for a second so you can see this. Add account. Right? And let's go to ZR. Is that ZRX? Huh, Tezos. There it is. XTZ. Pardon me. Here we go. We'll hit continue there. And I'll bring this guy back. Now I'm in the Tezos wallet, so everything's good. Let it scan. There, it found 2 accounts. Right? Yeah, I don't need this old one. I can deselect that. It's not that much in there, right? Let's take a look at this. I can edit this name here. We'll hit add account. We'll close that. Let's go back. Let's go to and then you can see here that I've got it delegated, right? It didn't forget that it was delegated when I deleted the account, right? I removed the account, reformatted my computer, reinstalled Ledger Live, whatever, and then I just added the account, connected the device, and boom, there it was, right there, where I left it. So Ledger is an amazing little device, right? It never forgets when you have private keys stored, right? $37 worth of Tezos. Pretty good stuff. It's an atomic swap. There we go. Fees are usually lower too, I've heard. Cool. I like that. Can you do an update on Elipal, how to move from the app to the hard wallet? Eek. Elipal. Yeah, the problem with Elipal is it's a little cumbersome and it's a little complicated for people that have trouble wrapping their head around the way Elipal works. You're not. The private key is stored on the Elipal tablet thing, but it also has a corresponding phone app where you can read your balance and do send and receives. Now, when you do, I can't really demo it for you because I don't have anything in the Elipal wallet. It would take me too long to rifle through my drawers and get it out, charge it, and show you how to do it and everything. I have a video where I explain how to put Bitcoin in and how to move it out. Now, I don't know if the interface has changed now because they've had an upgrade, but I will refer you to that. I don't know, maybe you haven't seen it. It's fairly recent. Yeah, the Titan. November 7th, 2019, not that long ago. November, October. Oh, that's different. Yeah, that's an old one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the latest one. So maybe you should check that one out because I do explain how to send, how to set it up, how to send Bitcoin in, and how to move it back out. I think. Maybe. Let's skip this commercial. All right. Hey guys, crypto. Okay, so we set it up. I show you how to scan and put some Bitcoin in. Can use your mnemonic metal. All right. I may not show you how to get it out.
Crypto.com app.
I think I put it
Oh,
on.
the balance doesn't show in the...
So anyway,
I have an Ethereum account in my... All right, and how much am I going to send?
Oh, I do send some out, right? So basically...
Now let's go back to our Ellipal app.
You go to the app.
And let's do an Ethereum send.
Out.
Right, down there at the bottom, I've got send. I'm gonna hit
down at the bottom, right? So after you hit send at the bottom, right?
All right, and how much am I going to send? I'll go ahead and send 0.18. All right, and the recipient address is that address that I just copied into my clipboard.
Put in the address you're sending to.
And then I'm going to hit done here, and then I'll hit submit. All right, now this is the...
Now that's where, that is the transaction. Right, now you need to scan
transaction
that with the private
request.
key.
I need to get it into the cold part of the wallet so the transaction can be signed. So I'm going to hit sign over here.
Right.
I'm going to need to enter my password. All right, and once I've entered the password, it wants me to scan the transaction request.
Right, so you scan the outgoing transaction.
All right, and once I've done that, I'll hit OK. Now what's happened is the wallet...
It generates, that's the signed transaction. Now you have to scan...
It signed the transaction using the private keys that are only stored on this device, and they generated a signed transaction QR code. So the private key never leaves the device. The private key is not...
All right, so then you got to take the app, and I babble on for a while, so now you got to take the app and scan the signed transaction.
It wants me to scan the signed transaction.
See, with the phone app. So it's complicated, right? It's a little too cumbersome for the average cryptocurrency user, right? So that's why I prefer the ledger. It's a little more user-friendly. Oh yeah, this is secure as secure can be, but sometimes it's like so secure people can't get their crypto out of it, right? All right, so that's, I hope that answered your question, but that's the process, right? You'll go to your phone app, you'll say send, you'll go to Bitcoin, you'll say send, and then it's going to generate a QR code which you'll scan with the cold part, and then it regenerates a signed transaction which you have to scan with your app in order to send the Bitcoin wherever you're trying to send it. I'm assuming you're trying to send it to an exchange or something so you can sell it. But that's it. That's how you do it. It's a pain. It's a pain. What is ZRX? Is that what we were talking about? Oh, that's XTZ. Okay. I'm sorry. What is ZRX? Coin. What is ZRX coin? Oh, this. No. I'm sorry. What do they call that thing? ZRX. 0x, right? ZRX. I don't believe you can stake ZRX in the ledger, right? Ledger Live. It's just a QR, or it's just an ERC20 token, right? You can see I have some, or do I? Not in this wallet. I had some, but it's non-stakeable. You can't stake it, not in Ledger. Yeah, there's some, a little bit there, but you can't stake it. No, it's not. It doesn't support ZRX staking. I don't know that any wallet does. There may be some cryptocurrency exchanges where you can deposit it. So like if you have a bunch of ZRX, and let's go here to crypto.com. Let's say we wanted to go to Crypto Earn, right? And we wanted to deposit some ZRX for a term, a couple months, 1 month, 3 months. Let's see if they support it. Was it ZRX? Did I miss it? I guess they don't support ZRX. Right? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble seeing right now. I guess not, right? But there are probably some other exchanges where you might be able to stake some ZRX. As you can see, there's a lot of coins that you can stake in Crypto.com's Crypto Earn. And you have to leave them in there if you decide, let's say we want to do Bitcoin, you can do flexible, which earns you a small percentage and you can take it out at any time. You get a better percentage if you leave it in, you commit to a month, and then you get even a higher rate if you commit to 3 months. And 3 months is a long time, doggone it. Right? As you can see, I've got a 3-month term on that Crypto.com coin that expires in 5 days. Right? And then the Stellar is in the flexible account. I could take that out now if I wanted to. But I'll just leave it in there and let it earn interest. So there are a lot of different, and that's staking in someone else's wallet, right? I don't hold the private keys to those. Once I put it on deposit, I'm at their mercy until the end of the term, and then I can take it out, right? When you stake from within your own wallet, you control the private key, and it's up to you. No one can take the cryptocurrency from you, but you just have to decide whether you want to stake it or not stake it. When you're done staking it, you can deallocate it. Now that TRON, I'm going to have to leave that in there for 3 days. And after 3 days, I can unstake it. But the Tezos, I could deallocate anytime, right? End delegation. So staking from within your own wallet is the way to go, right? That's the cool way to do it. But there's all kinds of services where you can lend your Bitcoin to some services, BitFi, Bitfinex, whatever. You can deposit Bitcoin and they'll loan you dollars. And then your Bitcoin is your collateral. And then once you pay the loan, they'll release the Bitcoin back to you. And then there are other services, BINANCE, I think, will allow you to stake some coins too. You just put them on deposit there, like Crypto.com, and they'll pay you interest. So there's all kinds of cool things you can do with your cryptocurrency to earn passive income. So explore that. If you got $10,000 sitting in a savings account earning 0.1% interest, and you can afford to lose it, right? You're not worried about it, right? Because I don't want you to lose your hard-earned money, right? You could convert it to Bitcoin and deposit it in an exchange and let it earn like 8% interest or 6 or whatever you can get. Much better than just having your money sitting around in a savings account. And the price of Bitcoin might go up. Oh, okay, you can stake it at the ZRX website. Okay, all right. So that'd be the way to do ZRX. My ZRX is on my ledger and staked through ZeroX website. Oh, I see. Okay. So yeah, you could do it by lieu of their website with the private key being on your device. Pretty cool. Did not know about that. Let's check that out. ZRX website. Oh, is that a way to Google anything? All right, I guess so. I did it. Website. Who puts website in a Google search? Take me to the website. Okay. Gotta do it here somehow, right? Ah, there we go. Okay. Start staking. That's pretty cool. Of course, I don't really connect your wallet. Okay. Not bad. Whoops. Okay. Let's try. Okay. It doesn't see my ledger, I guess. Maybe I would have to be in the ZRX. Well, I guess I would have to be in the Ethereum app for it to detect my ledger, if it does detect it. Let's try that. Doesn't seem to. Maybe you've got MetaMask connected to your ledger. Does it give me a choice? Okay. Whoops. No, it doesn't see anything. All right. I get it though. That's pretty cool. If you have a bunch of ZRX, I guess you might want to do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's not detecting my ledger, but you got it figured out. ICX can be staked from Ledger through the Chrome extension. It's a bit complicated, but it can be done. Boy, I've got some sharp people here tonight telling me stuff I don't know. That's great. You can stake Icon in the... Can you stake Icon in the Ledger? Yeah, I haven't been able to get this website to detect my Ledger, but I know there's a way to connect the Ledger to MetaMask. I don't know where it saw MetaMask, though. I don't think I have that in this browser. Oh, maybe that's what they are seeing. Okay. Oh, it's built into Brave. Okay. I don't think I've set this one up yet. Let's see. I'll be really surprised if this works. It does work. Okay, so yeah, I guess my ledger was connected at some point. Let's hit connect. You have no ZR balance. We'll need some to stake. All right, but that's cool. Yeah, I like that. So I'm not sure why it did so. That ZRX that was in there was like really low, so maybe it's just not enough for staking. So a lot of cool ways to stake your coins then. I didn't even know about this one. That's pretty cool. Does Ledger Live only show cryptocurrencies worth in US dollar? That's a very good question. Let's see. I think if you go over to settings, let's see if we can figure out here. Crypto assets, change settings, just edit settings. Let's see. Yeah. I think there is. Here, right here. Counter value, right? There's US, that's in settings general, right? We could put it in Turkish lira. Japanese yen. Not bad. Or we could counter value to another cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin. So everything except, well, Bitcoin would show up as Bitcoin, right? Ethereum would show up in Bitcoin, value. TRON is in value of Bitcoin. So that's cool. We could do it that way. Yeah, or US dollar. There's probably euros in there too, right? Ruble, Japanese yen, euro. Yeah, there you go. There you do. That's right. Canadian dollar. So in your settings, which is in this little gear icon up here. So if you're in accounts, go to this gear icon, go to general, and then right there at the top, you can change the value of your crypto, whatever currency you want to see your cryptocurrency value in. All right. All right, so a lot of good info from the viewers tonight. I really appreciate you guys sharing your experiences and knowledge with us. I don't know anything about Bitcoin Rhodium, so I couldn't really tell you. There's always these long shots, right? But if you're going to buy something like that, don't mortgage your house, right? Put some, if you want to take a gamble, use money that you can afford to lose. Use money that you can afford to forget about, right? If you've got $100 that you cannot think about for the rest of your life, put it in a long shot like that. If you're rich enough to forget about $1,000, then more power to you. But most people wouldn't, right? So don't put money in there that you can't forget about, right? But my crypto advice is stick with the top 20, but that's the safe play, right? If you're looking for that moonshot, you might want to go to an up and coming crypto that's low in value where you can buy like a bunch of it And if it goes up to $1, you'll move to Beverly Hills with Granny and Ellie Mae. Okay. All right, cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off tonight. Thank you so much for all of the input from the viewers. Thanks everybody for joining me. Sorry I couldn't do more. I felt like I didn't do enough tonight, but I have, I think I did a lot. We'll see. I hope you guys learned something. Don't forget we do this every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream where I can answer your questions one-on-one, me on you, whatever. I also do a Bitcoin Basics stream on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. So join me for that if you're around. We'll have a good time. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. Thanks for... When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon. Addie just dropped a bomb question here at the end with a tip, so I will look at that. I got BCH on my Ledger Nano S and tried transferring it out, but it says it does not recognize the address. I tried many addresses, won't let me transfer it out. You'll need a BCH converter of some kind, right? Right, there's a Bitcoin Cash converter. What you need to do is wherever you're trying to send it to, it's telling you that the address is incorrect. You need to copy that address that you're trying to send to in here, and it will convert it for you. Right, you need to put in a big... So there's a legacy address, there's a newer address, and that's your problem, right? Right, the newer addresses say Bitcoin Cash in the beginning, right? So like we could take this address here. That's a new address, right? Your exchange is probably telling you to use that address, and your ledger doesn't recognize it. So you can convert it to the old legacy like that, right? And then you can go back over to your ledger and use that address, and it will go to the same place, right? They're interchangeable. Right, so that's what you need to do. I hope that helps, Atta, and thank you for the $5 tip. That was much appreciated. And I'll see you guys next week.